Good morning, everyone. My name is Akshan Hata, and I stand here today with a thought that has constantly been provoking me. What if I tell you some of the most feared villains in history and fiction were never meant to be villains at all? Not heroes, not monsters, just humans who were never understood. Back during the European Renaissance and later in the Romantic era, creativity shifted. It wasn't seen as a gift from God. However, it was seen as an unusual trait of a lonely genius, someone whose extraordinary mind separated them from the ordinary world, leaving them admired, yet all alone. And when left alone with these thoughts, these lonely geniuses often wrote, composed. They poured their emotions into stories, and over the period of time, it gave us two very familiar characters, the hero and the villain. The hero became everything we wanted to be, brave, fearless, powerful, whereas the villain became everything we're afraid to admit. The feeling of longingness, betrayal, jealousy, now, let me be very clear. I'm not here to glorify villains or justify wrong actions. Cruelty cannot be excused. However, I'm here with this perspective. I'm here to tell their part of the story. Because it is rightly said, whenever a hero narrates the story, the villain is always evil. There are a lot of examples in our Indian mythology. Ravan. We all know him as the one who kidnapped Sita, the demon king who had to be defeated by Lord Ram. However, we do often tend to forget that he was also a great scholar, a brilliant leader of the Lanka. His fall wasn't born evil, it came through misunderstood feelings. Or Duryodhan from Mahabharata. Was he born cruel? Or did years of constant humiliation, comparison, lead him into something he did not want it to? Both of these characters were not born in darkness, they were shaped in the grey areas of life. Modern examples say the same thing. Loki, a fictional character from Marvel, wasn't born wanting to rule the world. He just wanted to be loved like his brother Thor. Or Draco Malfoy from the great Harry Potter series was not born evil but was forced into a legacy he did not choose. Or Joker from the 2019 film. He's a perfect example how society failed to understand him again and again, leading him into one of the most dangerous yet creative villains. And if this still feels fictional to you, look around. A child constantly compared to a sibling, a student told failure is shameful. These aren't characters, aren't people who are misunderstood. They are really. Now, let me give you an example of a close friend of mine, Arav. Arav is a perfect child, and so is his brother. Trophies, medals, applauses. Arav also tries. However, when he hears good, but not as good as your brother, something breaks inside him. He's not evil, he's unseen. Same goes for a girl named Suhani, a 17-year-old, someone closer to my age. She has been pressurized to score well in exams, do her best. However, one failure, and suddenly she's not good enough. Now, both of these characters in real life examples I gave aren't villains, they're just misunderstood. Their jealousy is not evil, it's real. Psychologist Gabor Mate explained trauma. Trauma isn't what happens to you, it is what happens inside of you when you're alone with your thoughts and feelings. Carl Jung explained persona, how it is a mask between us and the society. And when our thinking process starts to differ, that is when the mask breaks, leading to misunderstood villains. Now, what can we do? For before this, we should understand why is this relevant today? Because we live in a surrounding or a society where we have constantly been told to score well, achieve, and do our best. But we have not been told how to help someone when they're at their lowest. In school, we have taught maths and science, but not how to deal with rejection and heartbreak. Now, what can we do? Not something grand, just something human. Instead of saying, "What's wrong with you?" ask, "Are you okay? Can I help you?" Instead of saying, "You're a shame to our family," say, "It's okay, at least you tried." Author David Orr said that the planet does not need more it does not need more successful people. It needs more storytellers, more reformers. Because if we start to listen to these misunderstood villains, really listen, they won't be misunderstood, but they would be someone whose society is starting to understand. I would like to conclude my talk with the poem I wrote. Through the eyes of a villain, life is a persistent storm where whispers of betrayal and abandonment feels like a revised song. They're familiar with all the shadows of hurt in this world and has locked up themselves with the rumors and disturbing secrets that surround, which created a monster in them that won't stay silent for too long. So yes, call them the worst you can, but see, behind every pages of their lives are scars which can never be defined. Thank you.